really want to get married. We'll tell y'all that just to see what y'all gonna do, because it puts y'all under pressure. But in reality, every woman has at least 5 men. And we're gonna make you feel like you're the only one every single time. But in our reality, we got James, we got Brandon, we got the old man Billy with a lot of money. Then we got Keyshawn. And then last but not least, we got you. Because as a woman, a black woman, white woman, Latina, we have to weigh out all of our options. That's why when y'all give us the ring and y'all finally get on y'all knees, we cry. We don't cry because we happy. We cry because now we stuck. In reality, we don't want to be stuck with one set of balls for our whole life.
Pay attention. Pay close attention, young man.
Speak for all women when I say this. We don't really want to get married. We'll tell y'all that just to see what y'all gonna do, because it puts y'all under pressure. But in reality, every woman has at least 5 men. And we're gonna make you feel like you're the only one every single time. But in our reality, we got James, we got Brandon, we got the old man Billy with a lot of money. Then we got Keyshawn. And then last but not least, we got you. Because as a woman, a black woman, white woman, Latina, we have to weigh out all of our options. That's why when y'all give us the ring and y'all finally get on y'all knees, we cry. We don't cry because we happy. We cry because now we stuck with you. In reality, we don't want to be stuck with one set of balls for our whole.
And this is welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Let's go to my next clip. Yeah, we're gonna get into it today. We're gonna see how much women respect men. We're gonna listen to the women today. We're gonna listen to Rufus today. We're gonna listen to the women today. And we're gonna hear the women today. Yes. So hear what they got to say. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go.
Want a woman in 2026? Why should a man that is single, that is already living his life, possibly disrupt his life by taking on a woman? The reason I ask this question is because I think that a lot of us women have a very outdated mindset. Women are not what they used to be. The image of a woman has been tainted by ourselves. We have totally destroyed our image. Anything positive that used to come to mind when you thought of a woman, we have dismantled. And we don't piece together the fact that dismantling our image comes with consequences. So again, I ask you to ask yourself, why should a man want a woman in 2026? We get on the internet and we sit up and we bash men all day long. All day long, all we do is talk crap about what a man isn't doing and what a man is doing that we don't like, how we don't want to live with the man, how men are acting like females, how men aren't doing enough, men aren't doing enough, what they do isn't good enough, how they behave isn't good enough, they don't look good enough, they don't have enough. We are just going on and on and on, talking crap about men all day long. That's point one. Point two, we have totally taken the mystery away out of being a woman. Back in the day, women didn't discuss certain things. Certain things were kept between the girls. Now we've gotten online acting like the men don't process and see the same internet we do. We traded in a quick buck for our secrecy, for our mystery. You can get online and you can see how women do their hair. You can see how women do their makeup. You can see how women get cheap clothes off of Shein or wherever they get them from. We got our hygiene tips on there. We've got dating tips. We talk about what we do and don't do on the first date. We talk about all these things, just sharing every single thing about ourselves. We tell stories about our stupidity and dumb things we do. We talk about how we have no standards, and you may not think that that's what you're talking about, but when you're telling these stories about dumb stuff that you did, or certain stories about situations that you've been in, what you're saying is, I don't have standards. And most women don't have standards anyways, but that's a whole separate video coming very soon. So we get on the internet, we crap on our men, we share all of our secrets about ourselves to where they're no longer secrets anymore. What would make a man want us? Then to top all of that off, there's all this free corn everywhere. And even if you're a man where you want the real thing, there's women on here sharing basically that they'll do anything for some dinner. There's women out here that are sleeping with men for dinner. There's one of us sleeping for men for just the smallest thing. So we're giving out all the tips, all the secrets, telling all the things about ourselves. So there's no secrecy anymore. There's no anything anymore. What is the selling point for us? What do we bring? And you get mad when someone says, what do you bring to the table? Because we're asking men to bring so much. We want men to do it all. We want men to still be the men of yesteryear while us not being the women of yesteryear. We don't want to cook. We don't want to clean. We don't want to provide and cater to a man's needs. We don't want to do anything but receive everything. And we want to talk down to our men. We want to mistreat our men, but it still expect them to be gentlemen and decency. And it's so funny to me how women are always online talking about how men are acting like females. And you're saying it in a derogatory way, which means you are self-admitting that you know that the image of a woman is a negative thing. If you're saying that men are acting like this and it's a bad thing, that means that you're behaving badly and you know it, and you're not calling it out. You're not changing yourself. So again, in these hard economic times, in these hard political times, in these hard, difficult, challenging spiritual times, you think that it's a good idea for a man to take on a woman? These same women who are getting online expressing how ungrateful they are, taking men's children away, putting men on child support, taking half of their stuff when they get divorced, just causing chaos in their life, causing drama. On top of that, you have to compete with this corn. And I don't blame people. I don't blame anyone. You act like, oh, because I have my genitalia, since I have this private part, I'm the prize. No, the prize is who's ever in demand, and women are not in demand anymore. There's way too many of us. We've gotten online and made it clear that we're way too easy, we're way too promiscuous, we do anything strange for a little bit of change. There's literally no incentive anymore. What is the point? I would not advise any man unless you just want that. I'm not surprised if you don't want a woman. Who would? Who would? What women are out here that are worth wanting when there's all these risks? It's all risk and little to no reward. And we get on the internet and we make it, we display it every single day. When you're taking on a woman, all you're doing is taking on challenges. And the main reason to still want a woman, which is to have children. Half of y'all have gotten online and made it clear that y'all don't even want to be mothers anymore. Y'all don't want to have children. So what is the point? What is the point? What is the incentive? Why are we acting like we don't understand? Why are we walking around still thinking that we're the prize, thinking that someone should want?
They're thinking that because this is their ego. This is the way they feel. It's just a part of their nature, right? And because men have shown so much chivalry, so much respect over, men have overvalued women. Women have now said, you know what? We're going to take it to the next level. We're going to take this to the next level. We're not going to no longer pretend that we love you. We want your money. We're going to no longer pretend that we're happy, that we're cleaning dishes and cleaning up after you. We just want your money. So women are evolved into a no-nonsense type of mindset, right? They're like, well, you know, I don't want to put up with a man. I don't want to listen to a man. I don't want a man to lead me. But I do want him to give me money. I do want him to sex me. I do want to emotionally dump on him. I do want him to be emotionally intelligent. I do want all these things for men, but they just don't want to listen to a man, right? So women are, being the way they are because they feel that they deserve to be the women in the position they want to be in.
And we're not giving anything worth wanting. What are you worth that's worth wanting? What about you is worth the risk that you come with? When you're letting all these women online represent womanhood in such a nasty way every single day, and you're in the comments condoning it, instigating it, egging it on, yes girl, yes queen, waving your fingers, praising this behavior, and you're surprised when these men don't want you besides to sleep with you. And the funny thing is, a lot of them don't even care about that anymore. Why? Because it is much more easy and enjoyable to be in your own home, please yourself if that's what you're into, and roll over than have to deal with all of the problems and issues and drama that comes with women in 2026. So please ask yourself this question before you go to yourself and have a pity party. I need a man. Where's the men? Men aren't the same anymore. Ask yourself, are you the same as a woman? Are you worth it? I strongly doubt it. We as a whole are diminishing our value every single day, and it's over. It's a wrap. There's no undoing it. This is what you all have decided. This is what we have decided as a whole. Live with it, deal with it, and ultimately deal with the consequences. Evolve. You've made it this way, so it's time to evolve. I love y'all. Talk to you soon.
Hi guys,
And this is the reality. This is the women speaking. This is not ruthless saying, oh, let me talk bad about women. This is a woman telling you that women aren't worth the time and the money and the investment no more, because they have chosen the way of Jezebel. They want the money, they want the fame, the clout. And think about it. But let's think about it. If women are going to the abortion clinic 1.14 million times a year, they're taking their babies out. They definitely gonna take their man out. Because if women don't care about their babies, right, enough to bring them into the world and give them a chance to have a life like them, and have no problem with going to that abortion clinic, they definitely don't have no problem with getting rid of the man. This is why they're acting the way they're acting. This is why women are being what they are, because this is who they are. This is not a game. This is not a a thing where women are just trying to be. No, this is who they are. They are, they're selfish, and they're letting it be known that the only way they're dealing with men is that man's going to give them what they want, or else, right? And this is the rhetoric. This is not a secret. It's not like I'm revealing some new information. So we're going to listen to this video. Got another video for us. Let's go.
Disciplined man sign a contract where the other party can break it whenever they feel like and still legally take half of your life's work. That's not love. That's insanity. That's crazy. Because in the United States, 40 to 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So that's not rare. That's a coin flip. And here's the part that young men need to choke on. Nearly 70% of all divorces are initiated by women. Think about that. Most men aren't walking away. They're being removed from the deal. And when that happens, the government doesn't ask any questions, investigate effort. It doesn't audit behavior. It just says, cool, split it. Half the house, half the equity, half your retirement. Sometimes your future earnings. Sometimes limiting access to your own kids. All because you signed a piece of paper that assumed that everybody in the relationship would behave forever. That's crazy. That's insane. Marriage is the only contract on planet Earth where the person who breaks it can be rewarded more than the person who upheld it. Quit a job, you don't get a paycheck. Breach a business deal, you get sued. You walk away from an investment, you eat the loss. But marriage, you can leave and still send the man the bill. Now, I already hear outrage forming in the minds of women.
Before we get into the outrage of the minds of women, let's make this make sense, right? I am an advocate for people that get married, especially if you decide to have children, because statistically,
and this is where Anton sent us down the river. This is the argument of, well, a child has a better chance to succeed with two parents. But how is that possible when most homes are hostile environments? Right? And then women are leaving. They're divorcing 800,000 times a year. They go to the abortion clinic 1.14 million times a year. Right? But you're still trying to sell us this dream. Oh, yeah, especially if you're trying to have kids. Well, what's the point in when most people are co-parenting? Majority of all the kids are in a single mother home. So the bottom line is women are separating themselves from men. They are taking money, resources from men, and then they're separating themselves. They are moving into I don't need a man. I'm independent, and I can do this without a man. So because women are evolving into that mindset, they just look at men as really baby making machines, right? And money making machines and sexual slaves. That's it. But anything when it comes to, trying to hold a family together, trying to do it because they love you, those days are in non-existence. Those days are coming closely. They're closing quickly. And, of course, I think every man wants to have the two-parent household. But the truth is the women don't agree. The women don't agree. The women, they think, hey, if I'm not happy, I'm leaving.
For the ring or to brag to their friends that they get married, and they don't even understand what marriage is about. And there are no wives because there are no virgins and there are no people that actually understand what marriage is about nowadays. And grandmama is only 30.
If he stopped doing what he did in the beginning? What if he cheated? What if he emotionally checked out? Cool, but let's stop pretending this is a one-sided fairy tale. It takes two people to tango. Let me ask you a question. What did you do to make him stop wanting to you? When did sex turn into a weapon
Sometimes
instead of connection? When did respect turn into constant nagging? When did you become entitled? When did he go from being your man to being behind the kids, the dogs, your phone, your stress, your crazy moods? When did you stop serving this relationship?
I'll go even further and say, when did you start taking advice from single women on TikTok and Instagram on whether or not you should get divorced? I even see women nowadays talking about they want to divorce their man because they don't think that he's taking it serious enough about the ICE protests. I'm like, what? Y'all getting divorced over ICE protests? That's a new one.
Just think you're just going to kick back and collect all the benefits. When he quietly became the provider, the protector, the fixer, the emotional punching bag, the walking ATM, well, you brought nothing but expectations and complaints. And then you wonder why it failed.
He cooking.
No man wakes up one day and says, I think I'm going to blow up my family today.
He cooking.
They drift after being ignored. They disengage after being disrespected. They shut down after being treated like a utility instead of a man. And instead of self-reflection, the story's always the same. I wasn't happy. I deserved more. I outgrew him. Funny
He's
how
not emotionally intelligent. He doesn't see me.
Accountability evaporates right when the system rewards an exit. And that's the real issue. The system doesn't care who stopped showing up. It doesn't care who withdrew the intimacy. It doesn't care who poisoned the household. It just redistributes assets and moves the on. That's not partnership. That's legal roulette. So read your contract, understand the incentives, and stop confusing intelligence. Because if it's a bad deal on paper, it's a bad deal in real life. And men are finally waking the up and asking the only question that matters. Why in the would I ever sign that?
I don't think that he's saying anything crazy. I think that he's spot on. I think that a lot of guys are.
And the reason why men think like this because women are no longer, they are no longer pleasurable, and they're very unpredictable, right? And this is when you try to marry a woman, you're marrying someone who's unpredictable, unstable. This is what when you're dealing with women, you're dealing with someone whose instability is built in to their makeup of emotional and the way they feel, right? They're emotionally driven. And we know that emotions are fleeting, right? So they're like a roller coaster. They're like water waves, right? Hot, cold, cold, hot, lukewarm. They change with the moment. They change with the way they feel, which makes them very, unstable. This is why they have no problem with going to the abortion clinics. 1 million times, 1.14 million times, they're going to that clinic because it's all about them. So you can imagine how they feel about their man, right? This is why they're not the investment of the future. This is why women are not they're not great to put a part of your foundation, because they're the having a woman in your life makes it the foundation uneven. It's the part of the puzzle that you can't hold together because it's separate from they're not team players, right? Women play in a game of their own, right? You could be playing defense. All y'all get back, and she's back there arguing with the ref because she's mad because she didn't get her way. She's mad because she didn't be able to get the thing she said she was going to get. She listened to her friends. She's listened to all these outside influences, as well as her internal conflict. So therefore, you have to really evaluate, and you have to really, really understand, right, that when you're dealing with a woman, what do you get yourself into? Like, and it's billions of stories, right, that we can go into. But the truth be told, it is very uncertain. If you get with a woman, you sign up for uncertainty. You sign up for uncertainty. It's a very...
And women have been taught that men are just these aggressive, sex-crazed animals. So that's why when you see a woman who dressed all sexy and men say, what you bring to the table, she like this, because subconsciously she think that's all we want, and she's wrong. Now us, we think women are just these soft, dainty, just loving creatures, and no the fuck you're not. So we've both been lied to about each other, and now we're starting to be honest about who we really are.
Just like you stated, you only date women, so you can only speak from a man's perspective. When a woman speaks from a woman's perspective,
absolutely, we got it.
It shouldn't be like, why you gotta bring that up? Ain't that?
I mean, but you going way back. Like we done passed that part. I just said it's a monopoly. We both go through that. I get it. You want to check me for Bo? I got it. Shout out to you.
I want to check.
I get it. I got it. I know. I get it. You a fan. I get it. I get it.
You keep making points saying this from your perspective as a man.
No, but I'm saying every time I'm on a panel with you, you want to come at me, like, you feel me? So I get it.
What Ty? Ty, would you just take a walk with me, right? Would you assume that most women, just majority of women, are good, decent individuals? Would that be your perspective? If you were thinking about women, would you take the perspective that I'm a good woman, so therefore I must be multiplied by millions?
I don't think majority of women are good people. Just like I don't think majority of men are good people. I feel like they have the potential to be. But I do think there are good men out there, just like there are good women. You understand what I'm saying? So I like to speak from that perspective is what I'm saying.
But what I love about these panels, and thank you for that, right? It's interesting that you flipped it on talking about men. I specifically asked you about women, did not bring up men, but that's fine. Yeah. I asked that because a lot of times when we're trying to share our perspective, and this is what I've said about these spaces, which is actually very beneficial for both male and female. See, y'all never heard us say what we're saying. And even when we say most interactions from our perspective does not look like y'all interactions. We know that because even though it may be your female interaction, we always know what it is to be the man on this side. We don't know what it is to be the woman, but we watch what y'all do, we watch what y'all say, and we watch reality. And I think that's the disconnect a lot of times when men are saying, Trev was laying it down, pause. It's way different.
Yeah, that's a heavy pause. That's crazy. Crazy. That was crazy.
Ooh, rest me, Daddy.
He said Trev.
Oh man, reel it back here. But
yeah. Yo, that was crazy.
And I don't know if we'll ever get to this point. I know when I speak specifically to my lady and some of my female friends, I'm always trying to gain and I'm trying to give them an understanding. It's like, just take into account, we may know what the heck we're talking about because we live very different experiences. Like, it's vastly different. And it's almost like women want to be like, well, but no, like you said, well, women get their heart broken too. I would argue that's BS. I don't think most women in majority are really operating with men from where they would morph their life to be with a man, that they would sacrifice. I'm being 1000% honest with you. Most women love men out of convenience. They do not love men from a standpoint that they will warp their life in mountains. That's BS.
It's
Women
bullshit.
great R&B songs. Most of the best R&B songs come from freaking us. So I don't understand why this idea is like, oh, well, women love and they give their heart. No, I think they feel emotions.
Yes.
But I think they love men from a real place.
They think, see, this is the thing, True. This is the thing, True. They think niggas still falling for their PR team. We not falling for that shit. See, this is the problem. We've been taught wrong about each other. And we got to start over. We've been taught about women that, first I'm gonna start with the men. Women have been taught that men are just these aggressive, sex crazed animals. So that's why when you see a woman who dressed all sexy and the men that say, oh, so what you bring to the table? She like this, because subconsciously she think that's all we want. And she's wrong. Now us, we think women are just these soft, dainty, just loving creatures, and no the fuck you're not. So we've both been lied to about each other, and now we're starting to be honest about who we really are. But sometimes, like what you doing, you keep trying to push that PR shit on niggas. Niggas ain't buying that bullshit y'all kicking. Women give their body to niggas. They don't give their heart to nobody. They give their fucking heart to Jesus. You know why they give their heart to Jesus? Because he can't hold their ass accountable. He can't call their phone and say, yo, you on some goofy shit. He can't do that. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Sorry, I just don't want to hear it. I love women. I think they're beautiful. But that PR y'all keep trying to kick, yo, just say, listen. At least both honest. Both say, listen, we don't really trust y'all like that. I may give a little pushback because she honest. But stop trying to sell niggas this PR team. That's not who the fuck y'all are.
What? Okay, it's so much to unpack here.
I bet.
And the main thing is what Illa was alluding to is men are coming out of their delusion. Men are starting to see that women are for self. Men are starting to see that women are quitters. Men are starting to see that women are money hungry, disrespectful, dishonorable, right? Men are looking at it like, wait a minute, hold up. And I understand the delusion of men is because we get blinded by beauty and a big booty. That's our problem. We get blinded by those things. But that does not tell a person's heart. That does not make them a person that's going to live with you forever and be happy and keep a peaceful union. We are now understanding that women are very problematic. And if you sign up to be with any women at this point, you're taking on a very big responsibility, a lot of risk, with low reward return. Because a woman is emotionally driven, because she feels and she really thinks her feelings of validation of the reality of life, there is just no way that you can, kind of depend on her to make the right decision when it comes to, keeping the family together. Hey, everything ain't about money. What about character? What about morality? Right? Telling women this is like talking to a brick wall. They don't care. They want things that make them happy. Telling women that, listen, happiness is fleeting. Right? Happiness is not something that we can rely on. We have to be able to endure the tough times. We have to be happy. We got to be able to endure the conflict. And to women, they're saying in their illusion that, hey, I don't have to put up with this. I can go and be by myself. And I'll take the kids from you. I'll take some of your money and fuck you. And this is why women are moving in independence. I don't need a man, because they understand in their mind, or they think in their mind, or they feel that because they're equal to men, or even better than men, they think they can conquer the world all by themselves. And this is where the conflict, of interest is. This is the conflict of interest. This is why we can't get along. This is why they have no problem with. See, women are incapable of love. Women can't love. Loving is not in their biology. Even though they may say it, "Oh, I love you," "Oh, I love you," don't believe it. Don't believe it, because any person, I would say, subset of people who can make the walk to the abortion clinic 1.14 million times a year, right, is heartless and cold-blooded. Women live at the abortion clinic. They live there. So you think they're going to be able to, you think they are capable of loving a man, and they ain't even capable of loving their unborn child? If they take a baby out, they'll definitely take a man out. So we need to reevaluate talking about women are nurturing, that women are these kind, nurturing vessels. No, women are savage. And their savagery is long-standing, and it's very, very who they are. And we have to accept that truth. I know we don't want to. I know we don't want to do it. But we have to. We have to accept that women they are very unstable, and they will validate their feelings and go with whatever they feel, and they don't care. They don't care, because their feelings mean everything to them. And this is what you're investing in. If you take on one of these women, you are taking on their emotional imbalance. Right? And this is very dangerous. There's a lot of uncertainty when you're dealing with a person who is invested, in their emotions.
It is.
To respond to True. True, I understand everything that you stated, right? But I feel like it still just goes back to you're speaking from your perspective and we're speaking from our perspective. Just like we can never fully understand or empathize with the man's situation or what you deal with on a day-to-day basis, you can never fully understand or empathize the woman's day-to-day interactions with men and what we've experienced personally. For you to sit here and say that, not you, True, but you, Illa, switching
Of
over.
course me. Of course me. Of course. Even though he went out right against me, but of course me.
You piggyback. So I'm just trying
So
to get my
what?
thought
I
out before
piggyback,
lose
so
it.
talk to the piggy. I'm on the back.
Let me finish. You always want to argue.
Pause.
I don't want to argue. Yeah, super pause.
So I'm just saying, for you to sit here and say, like, I'm trying to push a PR agenda and women don't really love men, that's insane to me. That's
just PR. It's
insane.
PR.
And let me just finish. I can be speaking from a very biased perspective because first and foremost, I'm going to speak from how I view man, how I love the man in my life, how I know man. For you to sit here and tell me that I don't love the man that I love is insane.
No, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that, but this is what I could tell you.
That my friends who are married or engaged or with their man for 13 plus years don't love the man that they're in relationships with, the sacrifice that
That's
they
what's
make.
up. It sounds good, but
Going
this is
back
what.
to truth.
All right, let us finish.
Going back to truth. For you to say that a woman will never fully sacrifice or give up her life or make those sacrifices for a man is false. That is a false narrative. Now, will the majority of women nowadays do it? Probably not. But do you still find women who will? Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I know them. I
And tap-
live day to day with
I,
these people.
to
Can
be
I say
fair,
something real quick? Then you can follow through. Can I just jump in real quick? Pause. You're right. You're right, Ty. I can't tell you that. You know why I can't tell you? Because I don't see what's going on. So this is what you can't tell me. You could tell me that, but what you will never show me, I don't see the dynamics. See, that's what we could say anything, but I don't know the dynamics of your relationship. I know what you're telling me about it, but I don't know what he's tolerating from you, and I don't know what you're tolerating from him. And a lot of times when you get a sneak peek in these relationships, most men, when we see the dynamic play, like I know somebody who's a big content creator, and he tells me about other content creators they go on a big show, and he's married, but there's another one that he worked with that's online. They be pushing this, this black love shit and all this kumbaya shit. But when you see how she interact on the computer, they in love, and that's the she's such a feminine woman. But when you see them interact, she's very physical and very flirtatious with other men. But if I never saw that, I would just think, oh. So women say, like I said, until I can see your relationship, I don't know what dynamics is making y'all stay together. Because the women they definitely do go hard and love men, but most of the time, not all the time. And I'm talking about these days, not of all time, because today is a different paradigm. When you get a snapshot into that relationship, that nigga taking a lot of bullshit, and he's being tolerated, not loved.
And this is the facts. A lot of women are running their relationships. They running their men ragged. What? They talk to him, hoe ass nigga, you ain't shit, broke ass nigga. But a lot of men take it because a lot of men, it's just very difficult for them to just walk away. Because they really like the woman and they make excuses. Okay, she didn't mean that. She didn't mean that. But the fact remains is we can clearly understand that because women are mostly driven, that a lot of times they lean into those emotions, which can be unhealthy. So we can make an assessment as men from a distance that, hey, this is what I'm gonna say, right? And let's break this down. If a woman is emotionally driven, that means she's happy, she's sad, she's depressed, she's angry, all in 1 hour. That means she shifts like a stick shift, right? She's unstable. Like the person that you be with, then the next minute she's someone else, right? A lot of times when we're dating, we don't live with them. So we kind of can't really see it. But when you move in with them, or when you will clearly see these shifts in mood swings. You'd be like, man, who is this? Right? And this is I would say the how you say the gray area, right? So yeah, when a woman says, oh yeah, can you tell me I don't love my man? Because we do know this. You would never love your man more than you love yourself. And if you love yourself and you put self-love above everything else, you can never truly love your man. This is why women will divorce or leave at a drop of a dime. Right? So we understand that. We understand that. And this is where the exception got to come in, right? This is where we have to accept the reality. These are the way women are. Ain't nobody want to do. I mean, everybody wants a woman to be a good woman, of course, right? But the fact remains is a woman will always love herself. And because she loves herself so much, she's in love with herself, she can never truly share a love with a man.
You're 23, recently dating a rich 29-year-old. He's been taking you to expensive dinners, $500 plus. How do I get him to spend it personally? He wants to take me on vacation. Okay. So he's using you and enjoying your company, and he's spending money on you and him.
Nothing's wrong with that.
So you can't count that as money spent on you. It's $0 has been spent on you. Zero.
What?
You've gotten free food. Okay.
Oh, so
Free
money
food.
has
That's all
been
you
spent
got.
on you.
Your arm candy and dinner company. You're not benefiting directly from this man. So since he wants to go on vacation with you, you need a long list of financial obstacles in your way, keeping you from saying, yes, I can go on vacation with you. This is how you get the money. Okay. So make you a long list of all the things that you need to get checked off before you can get on a plane
Go work.
to go on vacation. Okay. The first thing on the list is you need all your bills paid up for the month or two, and always double and triple it. You need expenses to hire someone to care for Aunt Ethel while you're gone. Okay. The next thing you need is to board the dogs that Aunt Ethel has. He probably know you ain't got no dogs if you don't have no dog. But you need the money to board or hire a dog sitter or walker for the dogs that Aunt Ethel has, because that's what you normally do. You're 23, recently dating a rich 29-year-old. He's been taking you to expensive dinners, $500 plus. How do I get him to spend it personally? He wants to take me on vacation. Okay. So he's using you and enjoying your company, and he's spending money on you and him.
Nothing's wrong with that.
So you can't count that as money spent on you. It's $0 has been spent on you. Zero.
What?
You've gotten free food. Okay.
Oh, so
Free
money
food.
has
That's
been
all you
spent
got.
on you.
Your arm candy and dinner company. You're not benefiting directly from this man. So since he wants to go on vacation with you, you need a long list of financial way, keeping you from saying, yes, I can go on vacation with you. This is how you get the money. Okay. So make you a long list of all the things that you need to get checked off before you can get on a plane
Go work.
to go. Okay. The first thing on the list is you need all your bills paid up for the month or two, and always double and triple it. You need expenses to hire someone to care for Aunt Ethel while you're gone. Okay. The next thing you need is to book dogs that Aunt Ethel has. He probably know you ain't got no dogs if you don't have no dog. But you need the money to board or hire a dog sitter or walker for the dogs that Aunt Ethel has, because that's what you normally do. You're 23, recently dating.
So let's go to another video. Good. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We finna get to it. We finna prime
The
this
problem
down.
with this generation of females, and I'm going to say we just simply because I'm in a generation that I'm talking about, but I'm not talking about myself. The problem with this generation of females is that we expect too much out of a nigga that we can't even do ourselves. For us, for example, I'm not even talking about emotional connection, physical connection, intimacy, mental, just how he treats you. I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm talking about just simply, for example, if you want a purse that costs $1,200 and you can't afford to pay for it yourself, why do you expect him to? Or why do you think he can? He might can. He might can afford it. But it's like a rule for y'all. It's like, oh, he got to spend this and this on me. But you can't even afford to spend that on yourself. Then you call him broke. So are you broke too? If you want some Bottegas and you can't afford to spend on yourself, why do you think he can? Y'all problem is y'all be on social media and start comparing yourself to other 22, 23, 24-year-olds. That's not realistic. That's not realistic for somebody in their early 20s to be spending bands on somebody else. That's not realistic. Comparison is a thief of joy. Stop comparing yourself to these people on social media because it's not real. This is not real, bro. Like, the problem with this generation of females, and I'm going to say we just simply because I'm in a generation that I'm talking about, but I'm not talking about myself. The problem.
I think women are so power hungry, and now that they've been given power, it reveals what women actually want to do. Because I just don't think our nature is very good.
Yeah.
I think our nature is like terrible. And so now they're like, here, you terrible people, here's a bunch of power. And they're like, yay, let's be whores. I'm going to leave my husband and I'm going to kill my kids. See you guys.
You make a good case. I can't really argue against
Yeah, like
you.
I just don't think our nature is very good. I just don't like, sorry, I don't mean to push back.
No,
but
I don't think most people's nature is very good though.
Well, especially women though. I think women's is way worse. It's like not even like, I feel like men's nature is like this bad and women's nature is like that bad. Feminism just weaponizes men's, how good of people men are.
Okay, let's hear this.
Because what they'll do is the women are like, please, we want to work. And the men are like, just shut up, fine. Here you go, honey, I want you to be happy. And they let us go work. Boom, she's the boss. Cooked. And then they say, look, we don't want to have a kid we don't want to have my kid. I don't want to force you to have it. So they're like, okay, here you go. And they're like, let's kill all the kids. And we just keep doing this over and over and over again. I think women are so power hungry. And now that they've been given power,
And this is the reality of the women. Right? They want the power for you to give them the money. They feel like you owe them the money. They feel like they're the prize. That everything you do for them, they're entitled to that shit. Like what do you, if you don't pay for dinner, they like, excuse me? Who do you think you are? These women feel entitled and think they deserve everything that they ask for or want. That power hungry. That's the power hungry part. So if you get in a relationship or even think about, let me tell you guys, if there's this girl you're looking at around the corner that's cute, if there's this girl you're talking to, you need to understand. You need to stop talking to them like this is someone that I can be happy with for a long time. You have to just tell her, look, can I get some coochie? Cut to the chase and find out her price. Because you doing all it the right way and being respectful and being courtship or being a gentleman, chivalry, you hit every nigga, you making a fool out of yourself. What are you doing all this shit for? You're doing all this extra stuff, all this gentleman-like stuff. And this weekend she's going to a Little Dirt concert or a Kodak Black concert and worse and be on this nigga who's calling them bitches ain't shit. She's spending her money, getting dressed up, spending her makeup, her clothes to go see Kodak Black. And yeah, they calling them, you, what's up, you bitches, suck my dick. And yeah. But here you are being a gentleman. I would never tell a girl to suck my dick. I would never call her a bitch. Why would I talk to my woman like that? And she talking to you like, look, you gonna pay my bills? You good? I need a cash app. Where you take? I'm gonna take you out to eat, baby. Where we gonna eat at? Oh, that's a surprise. I'm telling you, you bet. Okay, she gonna be like, okay, it better not be no cheap place. And if you pick her up and you take her to Chili's, nigga, she's getting an Uber. She's gonna get in that Uber right when you get her out the car, open door for her. She's gonna go to that. She's gonna have her Uber on the way. And you're like, what's up, baby? Where you going? What's happening? Man, I'm out. I'm going home. What? Yeah, you took me to Chili's, nigga. Nigga, this ain't Mastro. This ain't Ruth Chris, nigga. You broke. That's some broke energy. And she's getting an Uber home. And then she'll call another nigga up. That nigga's going to do what he's supposed to do. And there's too many men that are going to do what they're supposed to do because they just want access. She don't even like them for real, but you ain't complying to her standards and her expectations. And this is how women look at things because they leverage men against men. They got 4 or 5 dudes they're manipulating. They don't really like them. They're all right with them, but they like you the best. But you took her to Ruth Chris. I mean, you took her to Chili's. You took her to Chili's. And she's like, okay, you broke. You know, she might like you a little bit better. She might think you're cooler, but she's not settling for anything less than what she thinks she deserves. And she deserves, in her mind, Ruth Chris, Mastro's, Morton's, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and on up. Because in a woman's mind, what restaurant you take her to is also helps her to determine how much money you're going to take her shopping. Take her to Chili's, she's going to think you take her to Ross. What? What? Now, this is how these women are rolling. This is how the 2026 women are. They're just prostitutes, right? They're just saying, hey, we're not going to pretend we love you anymore. We're not going to sit here and act like you're important to us.
The only thing men really need to learn is that you will never be able to make a woman happy. You just can't. If you last too long, then that's too much. But if you last too little, then that's too little. If you want too much intimacy, then you're being pushy. If you don't want intimacy at all, then you're cheating. You can remember to take out the trash, but she's going to remember that you didn't do the dishes. You can give her child support and you can give her over that and pay all of the in-between, and it's never enough. But when you pay nothing, then you're a deadbeat and she's still not happy. You could plan the perfect date, but if you didn't spend enough, then it's still not good enough. But if you don't plan a date, then you're a loser that puts in no effort. Women who don't have boobs want boobs. Women who don't have ass want ass. Women who have too much ass want a smaller ass. If you text too much, then you're basically a simp. But if you text too little, then you're a loser who doesn't care. You could buy her exactly what she wants, but if it's the wrong color, then it's still not exactly what she wants. You could give her all of the affirmation and all of the emotional support, but she's always going to remember the one time that you didn't. If you work too much, then you're not spending enough time with her. But then if you cut your hours and you're home with her more often, but you're making less money, then you're broke and you're basically a loser. If you watch too much football or have a hobby with the guys, then you're not invested in her. But if you don't have any hobbies or any other interests other than her, then you're a simp. Until you understand this as a man, that it's not your job or your responsibility to continuously make her happy, and that you can't make her happy, your life will be a lot easier. Okay, bye.
Simple. Simple. And the women are giving y'all the game. And niggas don't want to listen. Oh, man, there's some good women out there. Ain't no good women out here, nigga. None. Because you can't make them happy. And they only want to get with you to be. That's it. So I'm in the stream. Thank y'all for coming. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Just know that this is who you're dealing with 2026. This is the prostitution era. And the great thing about the prostitution era, now it makes things a lot easier for you because now you don't have to go the long way around. You don't have to cater to her needs. You don't have to pull out chairs. You don't have to lie to her. Negotiate a price, get over with. Negotiate the price and get over it. And until next time, That there it is there. And then your mental health is intact. You still living your life how you want to live your life. But trying to live for one of these women is diabolical. You are crazy. You're insane if you sign up for a relationship. I'm out.